Hey, how's everyone doing? I saw the Google Stadia announcement, and there are some people freaking out about cloud gaming. There are some people that are more excited than others. Now, what a lot of people, a lot of gamers in general don't get is that what's happening is the same fate that happened to music. With the MP3 players replacing CD. Then eventually, what replaced the MP3 players is your phone having the ability to play music, and you could just eventually download that music anyway. Now, what does cloud gaming present for the future? Now, we're already there. In my opinion, we're already at a point in gaming where it makes more sense for the cloud versus the physical. Because think about it, when you put your game into your console, you have to download something, even though you have a Blu-ray disc on the console. You have to download from the internet and install. It doesn't run like it used to, like back in the PlayStation 2, PlayStation, GameCube, Xbox, the original Xbox. You just put the game in and it starts playing. Now you can't you can't play a game without downloading a certain amount of space from the internet. Now I understand a lot of people's complaints about you won't have a physical console with cloud gaming, but technically, do you even have a physical console right now? I mean, I have a PS4. I borrowed it from a friend, and I have a Xbox One I borrowed. But because when you put a game into the system, you place the game into the system, and it doesn't play right out of the box. You have to install 50 gigs of space or whatever the amount of space is, even though you have a disc. It becomes, what's the point of having a disc for your game system when you have to download something from the internet so it can play? Now, I understand a lot of people will be saying that, without the physical system, you don't own it. You can't travel with it. You can't travel with it since you don't own the physical system. But the thing is that if you own, with the cloud, what's going to happen is, with cloud gaming, if you have a strong internet connection. Now, if the rumors are true that, let's give an example. Let's say that the gaming experience on the cloud scales to your internet. So, for example, let's say you have 50 megabytes of internet speed, and instead of you being able to play at 720p, instead of you being able to play at 1080p 60 frames per second, you're playing at 720p 60 frames per second instead of 1080p. Now, with the Nintendo Switch, you're already on the mobile version playing the game at 720p. So now, here's the great thing now. What this will do, it will free up your budget a little more. You know, Now, let me get back. So let's say it scales, let's say it scales to your internet speed, like Google. When you watch a video, it starts, depending on your internet, it might start automatically at the highest settings when the video plays. So let's say the gaming experience scales to your internet speed. You know, if it scales to your internet speed, you'll still be able to play the game. You know, it might start off at 480p. Now, a lot of people are complaining not everyone has the right internet connection or internet speed to play gaming over the cloud. But another thing you have to be honest with is that not everyone has the money to buy a physical console. So they should just stop making consoles until everyone can afford to buy a console. And the answer is no. Just like not everyone can buy a PS4 right now, not everyone will have the internet speed. Now, what a lot of people aren't talking about is that a lot of this cloud gaming will actually, the system that's going to benefit from it the most is the Nintendo Switch. Because cloud gaming actually is going to battle, your at-home console. Think about it. You have a PS4, you got to be at home to play it. You got to be at home to play it. And where's your best connection, your best internet connection? It's going to be at home. So cloud gaming is going to really be a battle. Cloud gaming's really going to be a battle against the home console. Something like the Nintendo Switch where you could take your games with you. Take your games along with you. It isn't affected by your internet connection. Your best internet connection for cloud gaming is going to be at home. And if it's going to be at home, odds are cloud gaming's going to push you towards purchase a Nintendo Switch because, with the Nintendo Switch, if the cloud gaming, that Google Stadia, the xCloud, if they all support something, they support something like the Nintendo Switch, where you just need the internet connection to play your console, play the games. There's not gonna really be a point in buying, the home consoles unless, the physical consoles, unless you don't have a strong internet connection. So a lot of this cloud gaming is gonna help out the Nintendo Switch, which Microsoft is already bringing the Xbox Live to the Nintendo Switch. Now, a lot of people would look at that and say, why would they do that? Well, the reason is the Nintendo Switch does something the Xbox can't do. It's portable. It's a portable system, so they look at it as it's not even a home console. It's portable. What the Nintendo Switch and why the Nintendo Switch, for the most part, be unaffected and actually gain a stronger library from cloud gaming is that unlike the other systems, you require, for example, the physical consoles, your PS4, Xbox One X, and then let's say cloud gaming, you need a strong internet connection. With the Switch, you just put your game on and you play it. You can play your game, while you're on the train, while you're going from point A to point B without interruption because the Switch works. The Switch works without the internet connection, and that's gonna be, in my opinion, that's gonna be the big, the future of gaming is gonna be, it's gonna be a three-sided war between cloud gaming and your portable gaming such as the Nintendo Switch. Because the truth is, once you take the train, you don't have a strong enough internet connection to play your cloud gaming. But with the Nintendo Switch, I could be on a boat, could be on a train, I could be on an airplane and still play my games. So it's gonna be a matter of convenience. Now, the most convenient console, when you think about it, now the Switch won't have all the games your PS4 has, not with something like cloud gaming, it will. If you can play the cloud gaming on your Switch, it becomes, why would I get a PS4? Why would I buy an Xbox 2 or PS5 when the Nintendo Switch can play the cloud, have access to cloud gaming? And another thing is that the Nintendo Switch just received support for receive support for the Mortal Kombat 11, Doom 2. A lot of games are being developed with the Switch in mind. And another thing the Nintendo Switch has, another advantage it has over the PS4 and Xbox One, is that yes, their cartridges come with less space. I think their cartridge, well, not cartridge, but the SD card or whatever they use to store the games comes 5 gigs, 16 gigs, as it comes with less space, so you don't need as much time to download and install your Switch games. You know, you just put it in. I think you put it in and it still just plays. Now, now that I've covered that, now what's great about cloud gaming? What I liked about the Google presentation is that they showed you can share links. You can share a link on your game, as in, if I'm playing a level where I got jumped by multiple enemies and I can't beat it, I can share a link to my gameplay session, and someone else could beat it, and then I could restart based on how they played it. And another thing that cloud gaming, what I liked is that I was coming up with this. I'm working on a fighting game as we speak. Now, one thing I believe that gaming, due to hardware and I'd say a lot of laziness on the developer side, is that we don't have the ability. We can't play. I'll use Fortnite as an example, and Apex, Apex, whatever the name is in Fortnite. You can't play Fortnite together. You can't play Fortnite with your friends at home. The game wasn't designed for where I'll give you an example. These kids are coming out of school. And they have to go to their own houses so they can play together. They can't come home and play Fortnite on split screen, because Fortnite is an online only type of game. You can't play split screen. You can't play local multiplayer plus online. And I believe that cloud gaming, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna allow gamers to play local plus online. What I mean by that is this. Think about it. You have a 40-inch TV, you have a 50-inch TV, but you can't play together. You can't play together online. You can only play locally online. So what cloud gaming is going to allow you to do, which in my opinion is going to be a big major selling point, is that all your friends from school from school could come to your house and play together. Let's say 4 people playing Fortnite or Apex. They're playing Fortnite on one TV, plus they're connecting with the internet online to play other gamers. I know a lot of adults don't really mind, not being able to play face to face together, because our schedules are so different that, playing locally is a problem. But you have to look at it from the perspective of some kids. You gotta look at it from the perspective of the kids, where you're coming from school, and instead of being able to just go to one another's houses and play together, you have to run to your separate houses so you can log online to play a session together. Now, another big step that cloud gaming's gonna do with the Google Stadia is that Google Stadia is going to allow a lot of YouTubers to create their own online sessions. For example, if your favorite YouTuber plays NBA 2K or NBA Live or WWE or FIFA is playing online, they can start their own online session where they can invite their own subscribers to in line to play with them or play against each other. It's gonna allow a lot of YouTubers and basically the YouTubers to push the game even more and actually enjoy it more with their subscribers. And I believe a lot of people watch the Google Stadia presentation, then look at if you can play Fortnite on YouTube with your subscribers, why would you be streaming on Twitch? On Twitch, they just can watch you play a game. They can't play with you. They can't participate on an online lobby where they wait and play against wait to play against you, where all your subscribers and all your fans can play with you. That's gonna be a very huge step in towards people adapting and joining the Google Stadia, is the ability for subscribers to play with their favorite YouTuber. You know, so PewDiePie, say, who has 90 million fans, subscribers will be able to form, gaming sessions, or I keep forgetting the word, it keeps bouncing out of my head. Online. He'll be able to create online sessions where his fan base can play against him and each other. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna allow a lot of gaming companies to promote, to have cross-promotional plan right with the YouTuber. And another thing, the biggest effect, and this is for esports, it's gonna allow, like, for example, let's say there's a YouTube channel that's esport, mostly esport. They'll be able to host contests. They'll be able to host limited time contests or, tournaments right on YouTube. That's what a lot of people are looking at, is that this will allow a lot of channels to be able to, coexist. It'll allow a lot of YouTubers and channels in general to host events, tournaments. Like, I follow Maximilian, I follow Underdog Gaming. They'll be able to host a gaming tournament right on their YouTube channel. And another big thing is the ability to, have people comment and watch your game live. It's gonna really, in my opinion, the streaming is gonna really create a whole other dynamic. Now, will regular consoles die? Not yet. The internet isn't strong enough yet. There's not enough of an internet for everyone to play. But then again, now you gotta look at it that a lot of mobile providers are providing Netflix and a lot of video streaming and so on. So, there's a lot of good towers, cell phone towers built. Now, if Google's correct that all you need is 24 megabits of speed, megabytes, to play, because what they're creating is a streaming server that adapts to your internet. As in, let's say the lowest a game will go is based on your internet is, let's say it goes to 330p or 440p. You think anyone would really be completely upset that they could play the latest games? Now, you gotta remember that we have a lot of smart TVs now. Now, if I have a smart TV at home and I could play the latest games right off my TV, right off my TV, I could play without a console. And you have to remember, another great thing this thing did is that you could play You could play the game now. You don't have to download it on that Google Stadia streaming you know streaming uh streaming service. You just click on the game and start playing versus waiting for it to download and so on. This will change gaming. I believe it's going to create three sectors of gaming: streaming, then your console, streaming only gaming without a console, as in you could use anything as long as you have a proper internet connection. Then you're going to have your console gaming that also can give you access to streaming as well. Then you have something like the Nintendo Switch, which is the ability to have a portable system on the go. It's going to be three huge formats for, I'm saying, not casual gaming like with the mobile phone and so on. I'm saying for, your hardcore, your gaming only type enthusiast, your PS4 fans and PC fans. It's gonna really change the market. Now, like I said before earlier on the video, there's some people that, claim that, the consoles only have, you won't have ownership of your games. But technically, do you now? You don't. Because think about it, if you're on your PS4, think about it, if you're on your PS, you do something that Sony and them don't agree upon and they ban your account to where you can't even update your system, you can't even update it. How can you play your games? Now, the biggest problem, and this is why I say the Google Stadia won't really, it won't kill Steam, it won't kill the xCloud, and it won't kill, some up and coming streaming services for gaming, is that Google, the biggest flaw Google has is that Google is very censorship. Google tends to, on YouTube, censor a lot of people they don't agree with. They don't agree with how you talk. They're going to censor it. So now they're going to use Google Stadia to push YouTube further ahead of Twitch. They're going to use it to have more searches, more clicks on their Google product in general. But the biggest problem with Google is all that censorship. They like to censor what you say. They like to police your words. They tend to lean more left. What's going to happen with the Google Stadia, even though they're claiming they're going to allow people to develop games and all that, but with the history that YouTube has on censoring people and outright just deleting their page because YouTube doesn't agree with what they're saying or what they're talking about, is that what's going to hurt the Stadia eventually is that, gaming, gaming retail providers such as Steam, Green Man Gaming, itch.io, and Epic Game Store, they're going to rise up and have a streaming gaming service as well. But unlike Google, they won't block people as much, So what's going to really evolve is when gamers play their games live, talk to their subscribers. Now you're going to be able to play live and potentially play with your subscribers and, holding conversations in general. But because of YouTube's history of censorship, censoring, I won't even say these current censoring pages they don't agree with, be it MGTOW, be it feminist, be it SJW, left wing, right wing, because of their censorship, that's what's gonna hold the Stadia back, because Stadia is being developed to push YouTube. Stadia is being developed to push YouTube further ahead from Twitch. So, I'll close. I'll end it right now. Maybe I'll make another video later on, but the biggest flaw of Google Stadia will be, as I state, YouTube's censoring policies. But Google Stadia as a whole will allow a lot of gaming. Streaming is gonna be, you know, a big business and potentially the future of gaming, because a lot of developers, you know, aren't as, you know, being creative. I'll cover that on another post. But other than that, you know, have a good day, and we'll talk. This has been Hold the Truth Hostage. All right.